If you're wondering why your Facebook ads aren't working as well as they used to, then this is for you. Because today I'm going to show you exactly what's happening that's causing all this chaos. And more importantly, I'm going to show you 3 simple but powerful ways that you can get things back on track and get your Facebook ads converting once again. If you follow these steps, you'll be able to join the 1% of Facebook advertisers who are still getting clicks and conversions and sales from their ads. But ignore this and things are only going to get worse. Much worse. And that's a shame, because Facebook ads are still a very viable and practical tool that you can use to help grow your business. But you need to do it right. And this means first accepting that things have changed and they're never going back. And to understand why that is and what you can do about it, we first need to take a quick look at how the Facebook ad platform works and what it's looking for, so you can give it to them. Most online advertising is auction-based, and this isn't a secret because most of the big ad platforms, being Facebook and Google, well, they tell you directly that this is how things go around here. The more important piece of information, though, is how the winner of the auction is decided. And this is top secret information that's impossible to find anywhere. Seriously, nobody knows how the winner is decided. I mean, I heard a story once about a guy named Dave who snuck into Facebook late at night, learned the secret behind how the auction chooses the winner, but then was never heard from again. Oh, wait, what? They put that information online? On their website? For everyone to see? Oh. Awkward. So apparently, how the winner of the ad auction is determined isn't a secret at all, and it comes down to just 3 things. Bid, which is what the advertiser is willing to pay to achieve a desired outcome. Estimated action rates, which is an estimate of the probability that someone who sees the ad will engage or interact with it. And ad quality, which measures things like feedback from the people who view or hide the ad, as well as anything that signals a low quality attribute in the ad, like hiding information or engagement bait, or what Facebook calls sensationalized language, which, according to Facebook, means ads which use exaggerated headlines or command a reaction from people but don't deliver on the landing page. The scores from these 3 things are then added up, and the winner is the ad with the highest total value. And by looking at those 3 things, it's pretty easy to see what Facebook is trying to maximize and optimize for. The bid is all about making them as much money as possible. The estimated action rates are all about keeping both users and the advertisers happy. And the ad quality is perhaps the most important metric of all, because this ensures that the users of the platform are, well, having a good time, spending as much of their available time on the platform as is humanly possible. And that's the key, keeping people happy and making sure that your ads are relevant, engaging, and interesting. But some things have changed that are making this harder than ever before. So let me show you how to overcome that, as well as give you some of my best tips on how to create ads that actually convert. But first, a real quick message from this video's sponsor, Metricool. Over the years, I've had the chance to work with a lot of different companies and software, but Metricool has quickly become my #1 secret weapon when it comes to creating better and more effective social media marketing campaigns, and I use it every single day. Not only does it allow you to take care of everything all in one place and integrate seamlessly with Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, Google Business, Pinterest, YouTube, Twitch, as well as Facebook ads, Google ads, TikTok ads, and Data Center. It's also incredibly easy to use and gives you a ton of powerful features for both organic social media and paid ads like Facebook ads. One of my favorite things about it, though, is how I can watch and monitor my ads' performance and get a side-by-side comparison of my ad campaigns on Google and Facebook, which are 2 of my biggest ad platforms right now. And I can see how they're doing and compare different metrics against each other, including the number of conversions that each campaign is delivering, because remember, it's not just about likes and shares, it's about making money from your ads. So make sure to check out Metricool by clicking the link in the description below this video, and when you use the code ADAM, you can try any paid plan for 30 days for free. Next, let's talk about how things have changed. There's an expression that I don't like much, but it makes sense, so we're gonna go with it. And that expression is that marketers ruin everything. Ouch. But here's why it's kinda true. The second that something shows even the slightest indication that it's going to be a profitable and good marketing opportunity, well, marketers flood to it. This in turn saturates the platform with all kinds of different ads and messages and marketing materials that push the boundaries of what is acceptable and reasonable and enjoyable. Over time, due to the basic economic principles of supply and demand, well, as things get saturated and ad space goes down, the costs of advertising on the platform go up. Now, there are other more global factors as well, like the cyclical nature of advertising and how costs tend to rise month over month and peak in Q4 with all-time highs. If you've ever tried to do any kind of media buying or buy ad space around Black Friday or any of the holidays, well, you know exactly what this is about. It's gonna cost you. But there are also seasonal influences, which are more relevant and specific to your unique business and industry. For example, gardening is more competitive and therefore more expensive in the spring and summer months, whereas something like skiing or snowboarding is going to be more expensive in the winter months. So all of that makes things tricky, but it's the recent changes that have really thrown a wrench into the machine. A big factor here is all of the cookie blockers and ad blockers, which while they have been around for a while, they're becoming a lot more prolific and a lot more people have them. Apple also took a pretty decent shot at Facebook with their iOS 14, which all but decimated the tracking pixel on Apple devices. And even Google's Chrome browser is going to be blocking all third-party cookies by default by 2023. None of this is good news if you're running Facebook ads, but here's how to fix things and put yourself in the best situation possible. There are 3 things that you need to do, which will immediately improve the effectiveness and the profitability of any ad that you run on Facebook or pretty much any other advertising network. The first is optimizing the business side of the ads. This means taking a look at your overall business model and looking for opportunities to increase the price and therefore increase the profitability and overall value that you're delivering. To give you an example, let's use some big crazy numbers just to make this a little more obvious and a little more clear. If you're trying to run a Facebook ad to sell something for, let's say, $1 million, then it only costs you $100,000 to make, well, therefore you're going to have a $900,000 profit, and you've got a lot of margin to work with. In other words, if you spent $100,000 on ads and you made just one single sale, you'd have a $900,000 profit. But worst case, you could still spend up to $900,000, make just one sale, and you'd still break even. And that's the importance of really optimizing your business model and the overall profitability and the margins that you have to work with. On the other hand, and what is unfortunately significantly more common when it comes to advertising on Facebook, most people are trying to sell something for $10 or $20 or $30, which requires them to hustle and to grind and to try to eke out every single percentage of conversion increase. After all, let's say that you've got a $1 cost per click, so a $1 CPC. And then you have a pretty standard conversion rate on your sales page of around 3%. This means if you spend $100, you get 100 clicks, and those 100 clicks turn into 3 sales on your sales page. So $100 equals 3 sales. This means if you're selling something for $10, you lose money. Selling something for $20, you still lose money. Even selling something for $30, and you still lose a few bucks with every sale. This is why you need to optimize your business first and to make sure that it even makes sense to be spending money on advertising. Once that's done, next you need to optimize the marketing side. The key here is to get crystal clear on your ICA, or ideal customer avatar, and make sure that you're only targeting them and using language and ad copy that appeals to them. With Facebook ads, start with demographic targeting like age and gender. Then move on to interest targeting and start typing in interests that you know they're into. Again, make sure you're clear on who you're going after. Now, a very rough rule here is aiming for an audience size between 500,000 and 1 million for people in the US, but this doesn't override whatever you need to do in order to target the right people. To make this more targeted, you can also exclude current customers by creating a custom audience, and you can even create a lookalike audience based off your top customers to tell Facebook to try to go out and find more people just like them. Next, make sure you're using the right campaign objective. Most people want conversions, so choose conversions, not traffic, not reach, not engagement. Just tell Facebook what you want. And last, on the marketing front, before diving into metrics, make sure to refresh your creative. This means new ads, new videos, new angles, and new images. In fact, testing new images is one of the fastest and most effective ways to quickly increase the performance and profitability of all of your Facebook ads. That's why I put together a free guide to help you choose the absolute best image for your Facebook ads, and you can download it for free just by clicking the link in the descriptions below. Next, let's talk metrics. So now that you've optimized your business model and you're making sure that running ads makes sense, as well as optimized your marketing to make sure that you're getting the most bang for your marketing buck, next it's time to take a look at your metrics. And more specifically, you need to get crystal clear on what I call your red light, yellow light, and green light metrics. The red light is what happens when your advertising hits break even or below, and you're essentially losing money by running ads. In other words, it's costing you more in advertising than you're making back in return. You have a negative ROI, or return on investment. And this isn't good. So you need to pause your ads and figure out what's going on. Yes, there's an adjustment period. Yes, Facebook has a learning phase. And yes, there is a little bit of trial and error associated with setting up a productive and profitable ad campaign. But you don't want to bleed dry either. So if things look ugly, grab your stack of cash and get out of there. The yellow light is when things are at break even or just above. For example, you might be spending $100 and making back $105 or $110. maybe 115. You need to be cautious at this phase and not get too excited that you've become profitable, because if you all of a sudden just jack up your budget, well, it might simultaneously jack up your results, and you'll watch our metaphorical yellow light turn red. Yellow light ads are an opportunity to examine and to improve upon, so don't turn them off, but don't ignore them either. And then green light ads are all of your ads that are delivering a 3 times ROI or higher. Scale them up, study them, learn from them, make more of them. When you've got green light ads, you found your golden goose, so treat it well. But if you really want to get better results from your Facebook ads, then the next thing you're going to want to do is check out the video that I've got linked up right here on a better way to advertise on Facebook. So make sure to check it out now, and I'll see you in the next video. The reason that most ads don't work is because they're saying the wrong things to the wrong people. Or in other words, the offer that they're making is either unrelated or unappealing. An unrelated message